other day. Is this the one I'm looking at, or is there a different one?
There is a. Let's see. So
that's the one, but we've got answers from thing. But that would be the one. I don't think you sent the answer, David. Did you?
Let me check it. Let me check. So I'm sure I did.
No, you sent. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe something wrong.
Yeah, it looks like I've got questions. Do you want me to answer these, or?
So I sent you Scott's comments, Darren, on Wednesday, the 7th of May. Oh, sorry, 5th of July.
I think that's this document that I've opened yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, I think if you can.
Oh wait, I may have opened the wrong document. Hold on.
Yeah, you should have that as well, Darren.
It's this one. Here we go. It's this one.
Yeah, that's the one.
So, yeah. So.
I guess what we've got to, Darren, Mark and I have spent an awful lot of time over the last month creating content and setting up the front end of it.
Yeah.
What we haven't done yet is try to go through the checkout process and have a detailed look at that, so we better understand what it is the system can offer.
Okay.
So these questions were basically created because, to our view, there's three types of products. There's the class booking, there's the gift cards, and then there's just the standard product.
Okay.
And these are questions around each of those kind of processes that we just want to discuss as we hopefully explore the process.
Okay, so these what I'm looking at here is basically you want me to implement these?
No, these are questions that we have about the process, but I think we can walk through.
It might be the process is already there and you can answer it very quickly, or it might be that it's not there and then we look at phase 2 type.
Okay.
Or if something can be fixed, but I don't even think it's fixed. It's more something like, I think if we go through the question one by one, and at least that will unveil what we try to say in here.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so the first question really is, if a customer books a class, are they required to click a tick box saying they accept the terms and conditions? Now, Scott's view is that's legally required. Is that your understanding?
I don't think it's legally required, but it's standard practice. Do we have a set of terms and conditions?
Yes.
We have an existing set for the current site that can be applied, yeah.
Right. So, yeah. So, I mean, that's the easiest thing to do is to just make that happen.
So, at what point in the checkout process would that happen?
For booking a class, it would be you'd want it done right before we take payment.
Okay.
So the very last step, really, when they go to, before they choose their payment processor, if it's PayPal or if it's WorldPay or whatever it is, we would just provide a little checkbox with, you need to accept our terms and conditions. So that's pretty simple to do.
So that would be the same for the gift vouchers and the box chocolates. Is that right? That's the same step.
Yeah, same process. Yeah, because it's the exact same shopping cart. So whatever product someone buys from the site, whether it's a class or the shop or whatever, it's the same system. So yeah, we can apply that across all three payment options.
Okay. The other point that Scott raised was that it might be nice to have either an opt-in or an opt-out question on mailing.
Okay. Yeah, that's possible. So we can ask them if they would like to mailing list. I think by standard, you'd want them to opt in. That's probably what that's the most common route. But you can also just, if you want to collect as much data as you can, I would advise just making them tick if they wanted to opt out.
Tick if they want to opt out. Okay. Well,
yeah, it's entirely up to yourself.
Whatever you think is the normal way to do it. What we don't want is for it to be looking like we're trying to be sneaky about it.
Yeah. Okay. That's perfect. I can do that.
Okay. So the next point was basically I was talking about a booking. When I made a booking on Booking.com, all the booking information came through to my iPhone. So the question was, does the system support that? But Scott made some reservations about that and said it's actually better just to have a scripted email sent out to all class attendees.
Uh-huh.
Is that something the system can do out of the box? So 2 days before class, everybody that's booked on the class gets a reminder email.
Yeah, so I just used a plugin for a cruise company last week where you could set up different emails to send depending on which product or service they've purchased. So we could technically, if someone's booked a class, we could send them like a reminder thing. I'm not sure if I'll need to look to see if we can do it prior, because the system that I looked at was how many days after they purchased so basically the cruising one was when they purchased a cruise, 5 days after they bought it, they got an email just reminding them of where they need to go and stuff like that.
And I think that I know what you're saying, David, by having this maybe a few days before to remind them. But I think it will, if I'm booking something like that and I'm putting money into it, I will much try to get ready well in advance. So I would probably have the user, if the user were sending confirmation email of their payment, and then a few days after they're saying a nice email from Roof saying, thank you for booking, you're about to enter the journey of roofing with a school. This is what you can expect. And there's also maybe a few link back to the what to expect page on the website, so people can discover those pages as well.
Yeah.
But I don't think
it's actually part of the process rather than just a reminder that.
Yeah, and I think if you said that 2 days before the class, I think people is gonna go like, wait a minute, I'm already ready for this. What they're sending me something else. I think if you send them in a fresh way that they already bought, they will park this email, and when they're ready to go, they will reopen the email and read back into it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's scratch the reminder 2 days before and go to an email. What do you reckon? 4 or 5 days post booking?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
And will that be? Does the system already have an email pre-scripted for that, or do we need to create something?
For the reminder, we'll need to make pre-scripted, so we'll need to do something ourselves. But there is the system at the moment already has its own like standard. Thank you for booking, etc. But to use the plugin and have it remind them 4 or 5 days after the class, the booking, we'll need to just come up with some script for that.
Well, so you're saying the system already has an email that goes out after they've booked?
Yeah, just like a confirmation, like as soon as, just like any other sort of shopping cart. So if they book a class, they'll get an email to confirm that they've booked it.
Yep.
So there's that. But if we want to use this other plugin where it's sending like a reminder 4 or 5 days after, we'll need to script something up for that.
Okay, so can that confirmation email be used just for the purposes of saying, here's what to expect? Can we expand on what's in there? Because I don't want to put another plugin if the existing system can do it already.
Yeah, well, remember the existing system, as soon as the person books, they're going to get an email confirmation.
Okay.
It's not got the functionality to send an email 4 or 5 days after.
Yeah.
But the plugin that I'm talking about does.
Right. And
you know what? I think I think a confirmation email when people book something or buy something, it's a good thing. But I think a separate email to actually set people to really take away the idea of saying people, yeah, you just booked, leave that behind because people already booked, they have the confirmation of payment, people will feel clear about this. But 5 days after, we could really play on the marketing with that and say, welcome to the world of roofing's school, chocolate pastry school. And then from now, you can really emphasize a nice email with some, maybe some HTML inside or something really nice written, maybe 1 or 2 images, would just get people into the feel of what they can expect.
And is that a big bit of work getting that plugin installed and getting that sorted out? I mean, tell me if any. What I don't want to do is to lose focus on getting launched. If there's any of this that's going to take, it's going to delay things, then you need to let me know.
No, that's not a big. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. It's literally installing the plugin and us coming up with a piece of text that's going to get sent to the person.
Okay, so can we make an action to install the plugin for Darren, and then can we get you, David, to actually think about an inspiring text of which tell people what they can expect when they book in?
Well, we've got it already on the website.
Yes,
the
and we can
section, so
and we can use that
somehow.
Yeah, just reinforce that page in an email.
Yeah. So that can be applied just for the school booking. Is that right?
That can be applied across everything.
Across it. Well, I don't know if we'd need it for everything, though. That's the thing.
No, that's fine. If we don't want it, the way the plugin works is you select which products you want this or service you want this email to go out at. So if we only want to use it for the classes, then that's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
But this is even more powerful because if you set up an email for each type of classes we're setting, then you can really set people, thank you for booking this type of class. This is what you can expect in this class. So it doesn't become too generic. It becomes very focused on what they purchased.
Yeah, but we've already made the sale by that point, so I don't want to kind of burden them with raise any more questions after they've purchased it. I prefer just to say, if you're looking for accommodation, click here.
Yeah, completely. But this is what Darren just said. You just need to reinforce the pages already on site and link to it so people can digest the information themselves.
And do we then, as part of the class booking, so they've come to the class has been and gone, does a follow-up email go out after the class?
That's not there, but I mean, I don't see why we couldn't. I was just about to suggest about like a follow-up email to leave a review or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So I can look into that and check. I'm just trying to work out in my head how would it know that the class has been.
Yeah.
Because someone might book a class like in a year's time.
Well, they also might. Well, that's right. But they might send somebody else on it. This is the other thing, because we get people that book classes for other people.
Yeah.
So what happens in the email that goes out 5 days after? They call the class. Follow-up email.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a slightly tricky one. So
Well, let's not get.
We will look at the functionality of it and see, and double check if it is going to be possible. But definitely, the reminder after a few days is possible.
And that can go to the person that's been named as on the class, rather than the person buying the class. Because let's say somebody buys the class for their wife.
Yeah.
The guy doesn't want to be receiving an email saying, here's all your information. It makes us look as though we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
So as long as the plugin can do that, which is
okay.
Because as I understand it, the system will capture the name and the email address of the person attending the class. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'll double check on that then.
Okay, thank you. Okay. So rather than focusing on all the back office processes, Scott's recommendation was that if you could just get a list of the reporting that WooCommerce and the booking engine can provide to us, then we can just have a review of that and see what's going to be most applicable.
Okay. Okay.
Is that an action you can take there?
Yeah, I can take that. Yeah.
So are we in the stage when we can actually have a walkthrough of adding a class to the basket, Mark?
We need to create a quick ticket for one of the class so we can go through the whole process.
Is that a big job, or is that something we can do on the line here?
No, we can do that online straight away.
Because I'd like to just actually see what happens, when you add a class. When we've talked about the emails that are going to be going out, but I think it would help everybody just to have a look at that process on the screen.
Yeah. Darren?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah. Sorry, I couldn't see you there. You stopped sharing your screen, you know that?
Oh, have I? Sorry. 2 seconds.
Did you meet the Queen, Darren?
I didn't meet her, not personally, no. I seen her.
As excited as he's get, huh?
Yeah.
This whole little lady who's got so much to say and to do, and it's like a pop star.
Why is my screen not sharing?
Do you want to see if I can?
See if you can do. It says it's sharing, but it's not actually showing anything.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything this end.
Okay, yes. Right, how do I come out of this? Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see yours.
David?
So am I looking for? Okay. Yeah. So I've got yours, Mark.
Okay. Let's go back in here. Okay, so. Okay, next question.
Well, I think before we move on from classes, can we go through a class adding to cart?
Yes, let's do that. So, what do we try to get out of this? Is to show that the class go through the system, and then it's also based on what people receive at the end as a confirmation. Is that right?
I think we just need to have a walk through. If there's any questions that come up as we go through the process, let's just discuss and hopefully put them to bed.
Yeah. So
we've already covered off what emails go out when.
Yeah. Let me just create a very quickly one of the class. I'm just gonna look into August, and I'm just gonna pick up the first one here, and I'm just gonna create a ticket for that.
Okay.
Okay, so there.
Just in terms of timescales, how far away do you think we are from getting this thing live?
Who you asking now to?
Well, yeah, I mean, Marco, you and I have got a bit more content to do.
Yeah.
But in terms of having something that can take class bookings and sell chocolates and the rest of it, is that far away, do you think?
No, not for me.
What do you think, Darren?
No, I mean, I would say that the functionality is there. It's all. If someone was to go and buy a product now, it's working. If someone was to book a class, it's working. I think it's just a case of getting through this sheet here that I'm looking at. I'm just reading ahead of you guys. Sorry, I'm just wanting to.
Yeah, no, go. 50 pounds.
I'm not seeing anything that looks like a problem.
Yeah.
That's the ticket saved. So view events. Right, so I've got the class in front of me. Now, before even we go there, one of the things we've seen, Darren, was, I'm not sure if, why this happened, but when we are on Chocolate Pastry School and we go into the calendar,
Yep.
The filter bar we got at the top is working really well for the what do you call it?
Desktop.
For the desktop. When it comes down to the mobile phone, it disappeared, and I didn't know how to fix that, or if we were able to fix that.
Okay.
Because what's happening inside the filter is we got all the classes now and put into a drop down.
If you make the screen smaller, Mark, and
Yeah.
then scroll down a bit, is the filter bar jumping to the bottom of the page for some reason?
No,
No,
it's
no.
not there at all.
No. Okay.
That,
Okay, I can sort that. That's just a styling issue.
yeah, and one of the things as well we saw is that because this is using a default template in a school, it still has the header image, which we want to rid of because we managed to rid of all the other pages.
Okay, that's fine. I can do that. It's fine. It's just styling.
Perfect. So if we go into August and we look into the first class.
That one there, Mark. When you click on that, we're losing half the picture at the top. Does that matter?
No, we're not losing any half of the picture. This is the side of the picture we have now.
Okay.
This is the picture we put. If you click on the image of the class, that's the picture here replicates into the header.
Okay.
Okay. So if we go all the detail. This is working very well. So if we put one attendee in here, and if I put Amélie.
So here we have the attendee's name.
Amélie.
So I'd argue that section there is a little bit confusing because it says attendee 1, your full name, but it might be that the person buying isn't the attendee.
I know,
Yeah.
but I still think if I was buying for Louise there, I will not start to put my name in there. I would say attendee 1, I will put Louise Guerriot here.
Well, but then,
Maybe take out the year.
yeah.
Just take the year out. I can do that. And then
Okay.
just have full name.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right, if you can do that, that's fine.
And it's email address, phone number. Short message, is that required? Is that in case some
Yes,
guessing it?
just in case is the. Can I bring?
So who's that short message going
Okay.
to? Is that going to Coco Black or is that going to?
No, that's going to
The-
Coco Black. That's you entering your registering for the class. So that will end up seen by the person who is in charge of the class, of the booking.
So what kind of thing would they put in? Because if I was reading that, I'd be thinking, well,
It's
I'm
said,
putting the name
so-
and email address, and I'm also about to send them a short message.
yeah, but at the same time, you might gonna have people concerned by saying, do I need to bring my own equipment? Do I need to bring my apron? Do I need to, or do you have any idea which hotel I can stay in? So I think it's a good thing to have there.
Well, hang on. So let's say you're booking for Louise, Mark.
Yeah.
How is Louise going to know that you've booked her on this class? Is that what this is about? Because there's two requirements here potentially. One, which is I want to tell the chocolate and pastry school I'm gluten intolerant.
Mm-hmm.
The other message might be I want to tell my girlfriend who I've just booked on the course that I booked her on the course. So I don't know which one's which here or what that message is doing.
Yeah, you're not sure if the message is going to Coco Black or if it's going to the attendee.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So either
Remove it.
we just remove it completely, and if they want to get in touch with us, they can pick up the phone.
Okay.
Let's just remove it. That's probably
Okay. Let's remove it then.
the less confusing route.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll just add to bag from here. If we had
Okay.
these two bags,
Is that yeah? That's the right thing there. Or it should be book class inside the bag, isn't it?
add two bag because it's we've been saying that all across the site. Now, do I
Okay,
take
so then
take away this chocolate caramel box just now, or do I leave that in here?
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, okay, doesn't matter. So
But there
this,
should be a picture of that class there in that box. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't think the featured image has been set on the class.
Okay. Is that one for Mark?
Either or, yeah. I think the featured image. If you go back to the class, Mark, you probably just not added a featured image.
what I saw with this, yeah, the feature image is there. What I saw
Yeah.
with this was, if you go into the, each class is an actual product, but I think I started to look into the, if you go back into the WooCommerce here, and product, or product, sorry, product, it's going to go into this now. Product in here. Come on, pick up. Right here. He's actually created a, this is the ticket I created here. And it's,
Okay.
so I just wonder, unless when we create a ticket, we have to put the image in the ticket.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to do, because it's technically, although it's a class you're booking, you're
Okay, let me just
you're
see.
selling a ticket to the class.
Yeah.
So when you create a class, it also creates a ticket.
Okay, so what we'll need to do.
Yeah.
is,
So if you add if you go to the featured image of that ticket there.
sorry, I'm just. Do I need to do that in the shop, or can I do that back into this page? I can probably do that into this page. So if I did the ticket from here, yes, select an image, and then what image is that? Oh, I know. That one. Okay, that's done. Update. I don't know if that's going to pick up from now. I don't know. Should I go back and try to
Try and take it off again.
take off again and put on? Okay, let me do that. Okay, so just this. So one. Okay, done. Add to bag. No.
Strange.
So I just wonder if, because what I've seen is it creates an actual product inside the product page for this website, but we have to now attach the website to the image to this product to feature into here. So is that something you want to have a quick look at, or?
Yeah, I'll need to have a look to see
What can be
what's
done?
going on there.
Okay.
So then, presumably, if that picture's there, the product will say the class booking and the date. Is that right? So
Yeah.
where's-
Yeah, we can do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really the product description. So we can make this a bit more. So it would be an event where inside inside the events once you hit the ticket. At the moment, I put it in here, but if you put the actual name of the events and then the date behind it is here as a ticket, then that will show up inside the card
Go
in
back,
here.
Mark. Go back to your card and just refresh now.
No.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna have to have a look at that.
Okay. Okay. Small detail, but we can now we know you're aware of this. So that's fine. So the ticket is there. We know we're going to change the text, and we know we'll have the image showing up in here.
Yeah.
Then we process to checkout. So here we got the billing address.
Okay.
So should we keep?
Now, what happens here if somebody's used the site before? Will they have an account, or do they just go through this process each time?
They can have an account if they've paid for it before. There's the option to create an account.
Okay.
If it's the first time they visited, they just have to do a little tick box, create an account for them.
Yeah.
So if they're coming in again, they can just register and that way log in, and that way they can see like previous purchases and the history and things.
Yeah. So presumably all of those emails and that process is standardized.
Yeah, that's all set up already. I would say the only thing we need to look at for the emails is just maybe if Mark wants to have a look at the design of them, because I think the standard color and things are like purple.
Okay,
so
I'll look into this then.
All we need really is to change it to the sort of chocolatey color and then have like the logo or something just in the header, so then everything's standardized across all emails.
I think if Mark, if you can review the email design, what I'd like to do is to have a look at all of the email content so we can put it in probably more like Ruth's voice rather than a corporate voice.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
How would I do that?
Well, let's wait until we come to the point where we fire it across to the thing, and we'll see if we can receive an email confirmation from there.
Okay.
And then from there we can have a look and see where we are in the backend to actually view those emails and change the text. Okay with that, David?
Yep, happy with
because
that.
we're just stopping right in the middle of the stage and we're going to do something else. I just tried to put the postcode and it's just giving me this thing. So I believe the trial is probably run out or something. We need to.
Okay.
Okay.
What postcode did you put in?
Put EH11.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say I wasn't sure if you put in a.
Yeah, give me that.
Give me a second. Just put it manually for now. I'll go check.
Okay, that's fine.
So is this postcode something that we're going to have to update?
No, I think it's just we've run out of credits. I don't think I've topped it up because we didn't go live.
Okay.
I'll just put it down.
So there's a postcode search at the top. From that, we'll be able to just select from an
Yeah.
address, right? Straight at the bottom, is that required twice in that?
No, but once you put the postcode in FindRx, it will auto-populate all this stuff. Do you understand what I mean?
Yep.
Okay.
So, and this is so the person who's buying this. This is clear to them that it's their phone and their email address, not the recipient's.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're asking for the people to pay for it. So they won't start to put somebody else's detail to pay for something.
Right, that's fine. And what about Scott's previous comment on having all of the the kind of key action buttons the same color.
Yeah, we're going to transform them into green. I need to look into the theme of that and transform them into green. That's more like my job to do so.
Yeah, at the bottom where it says next and back to cart, presumably the next one should actually be on green. Quickly see what the optimum route is.
Yeah.
I mean, tell me if that's not the case, but you know,
No,
there's
it's
two
the
choices. You want.
No, it's the case. It's exactly what needs to be done. I just need to play with some of the colors on the side because at the moment I just put the same color everywhere in a theme, and it just reflects that just now. So I've got nothing here to play with the color of the buttons.
And is this the screen that would have the terms and conditions and the billing, or?
No, your billing will be right at the end in here, probably in the last screen. Is that right, Darren?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Okay. So we follow all the detail, so we can now go to add to, next.
Okay.
Now we come to the screen here, shipping additional information, but we don't have any. There's nothing here to. So if somebody said oh yes, no, we can't ship that because it doesn't have any. It's not a product can be shipping.
Okay, so we need to remove that.
Well,
we need to remove it on the occurrences when there's a class booking. But
yeah, yeah.
If you got multiple products, then it will stay there. And then I remember there was a tick where you tick on it, and all the information you will have all the information there, sitting for people to put a different address if they wanted it. Yeah, David.
Perhaps this is it's the same address. Or before you Darren. What's the decision on the best way? Is it best to have that tick box defaulted? Does it not matter?
Doesn't matter. It's really personal preference, but I would just be inclined to look at existing sites and just maybe just go down the same route as what they're using.
Yeah, because what you don't want the user to do, I guess, is to miss the fact there's a tick box and start filling out all the information and then realise that they didn't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
So whatever gives us the best solution for that, then I think is the way to go.
Yeah.
And so what happens here if somebody wants to carry on shopping and at this point, is that possible or not?
No, because this is the process of payment. People have decided they want to pay for all this now. Their mind is not switched to go and shop for something else.
Okay.
I mean, they could technically just click on.
Yeah.
They could just navigate if they wanted to.
Yeah.
And then just go back to the cart if they were.
Alright. Okay.
So we click on next on this one.
Yep.
And then we've got the product order. So this thing here, the ticket, that would be the title again of the course with the date times 1. And then if we got a gift voucher code, what did it say here?
So where it says click here to enter your code.
Yeah.
Is that obvious enough that it's just over any of that text, you think?
Yeah, because the mouse changed to something you can click on, so people will understand that.
Okay.
Now, do we have a sample code we can use at the moment, or to see if that works, or?
I don't think.
Dan just died. Are you there?
Apply gift card. I think that I should say apply gift voucher code.
Yeah.
I think the language is going to be consistent.
Darren?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just making a code for you now.
Oh, sorry. Ooh, I'm gonna have a gift voucher. Woohoo! I get a discount.
I think we might have one actually. Let's see. Oh, no, we don't.
That was one of the other questions that I had for Scott is, are these gift vouchers single or multiple use?
Single.
What, I mean, that's what Scott said as well. Why did you want single use? I thought if somebody had say a £200 voucher, they might want to use it.
Oh no. Wait, I know what you mean. So you want to be able to deplete the balance.
Yeah.
Well, let me check current balance.
Wait a minute, is that not something later on in the question for the gift voucher stuff?
So I don't want to get bogged down.
Yeah, no. We're jumping ahead of what we're supposed to talk in here. Let's get the gift voucher code to see if that works in this page, and we do the gift voucher talk after.
Never interrupt a Frenchman when he's in full flow, Darren.
Code Mark 1, all lowercase.
Mark 1. MARC 1. No, nothing happened.
Okay. Try now.
Yes. Perfect. So, seeing here in the box, it says gift card code. That should be gift e-voucher. And then apply gift card, it should say apply gift e-voucher as well.
Okay.
So the language is consistent. But that for me, that works really well because that's already in. Now, what does that mean? That means, did I have a voucher of £5 there? Or did I have a voucher of a much higher thing?
Yeah, you had a voucher of £5.
And yeah, of course, because they can't decide the amount.
So, oh no, you've not used it yet. But so for each gift voucher, you have a balance.
Yeah.
So I think if that gift voucher had a value of £10,
yeah, so
it would just take the £10 off of the bag price.
Yeah, completely. Yeah. But if you had £100, then you will still have 50 quid you could spend with the same code.
You'd have £50 left, would you?
Yes, you would.
Why don't you create another one of £100 and we can see what it does, maybe?
Right, so let's do...
The problem is after that we won't have anything to spend, so we're not going to go through the process of the card and stuff like that. Maybe this is one for you to test on the side, Darren. Okay?
Because what I'm going to need to do, I'm actually going to need to confirm a transaction, so...
Okay.
I'll need to use test cards and stuff, so I'll need to make like a pretend transaction, and then because on the gift card options, so I'm assuming that if someone had 100 quid and they just they only want to use £10, then they would have £90 left.
Yeah.
I don't think they won't be able to select how much they want to use.
No.
I think if they've got £100 and they buy chocolates that are £20, their gift card will then have a balance of £80.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I think just as long as if they use it and that gift balance is there, then they can use it next time. I think that's the key thing.
That should be fine. I'll double check and work on it
Perfect.
and confirm.
Yeah, that would be great. So we put the code. We know that it's working. We've got the description of the gift card. Again, if you look into the thing, it says gift card dot mark one. If you can change that for gift voucher, that would be perfect. People
Okay,
don't get
perfect.
confused.
Yeah, I think as long as it's consistently applied across the site, then that's.
So we're pretty clear on this screen, and then we've got a gift card code applied successfully. So that's great. We've got
On the screen it says next, previous, back to cart. Options there should not just be two.
no, because I think what's happening here is that if somebody has a ticket plus a box of chocolate plus something else, and they want to take something away, they will have to go back to the card to do so.
Okay.
Okay.
And then previous then is should that be shipping, and next should be payment. Is the wording okay there? I guess that's the question.
Yeah, I will leave that like that because we're not taking them to a specific space. I mean, this one is the next step. This one is the previous step. So I will keep that as it is. Because if you start to put the word shipping and if you start to put payment info there, people's not going to know what to click on.
Yeah, and well, that back to cart should read back to bag then.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the next button should probably be defaulted green.
Yes.
Yeah, we could do that.
Or whatever color, that makes it easy for people to know where to go.
I tell you what, Darren, because if I change that, it's going to change all the button. Can you default all the action button to go to the next level green?
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah.
That would be great, and the rest can be the way they are.
And,
Okay.
okay.
So we're clear on this page. We move to the next one.
Yep.
So next one, payment information. I think I need to do. So. So let me just put that.
Again, this pay securely, I think it should be defaulted to green, should it?
Yeah, it would look better if it was green.
Yeah.
And does it change a different color green when it gets clicked? What color does it go?
We can have any color hover over if you want. I think just probably keeping it green. And when they click it, they're getting taken to another page anyway.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So if Mark clicks that, it should go to the Sage Pay payment.
Yeah.
And then on this one again, back to cart should be back to bag.
Yeah.
Even at the top, I just noticed our gift e-voucher code applied successfully.
Okay, so that should be gift e-voucher.
Yeah. So I can pay securely with Sage Pay?
Yeah, it should work. Hopefully our development one hasn't expired again.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
So, give me a second. That looks like our development keys expired.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just because it only lasts for something like.
Okay.
They need to refresh it.
Okay.
But the order will have went through.
I mean, that's fine. That's if it's just this, the transaction there is fine. What I like to know now is that based on what we've done in here, they will receive an email with a successfully sprint up. Can we see that anywhere?
Before we move on there, that Cocoa Black logo at the top left is the old one, so we need to.
I will supply. I'm going to copy that in here and supply you with a new logo in here. Darren.
Right, Mark. What I'm going to do is just accept that order.
Okay.
Because it's the order's went through, but it's went through as payment pending. So
All right. Okay.
we'll just complete the order, and then you should get an email.
Okay.
So currently that email goes to where?
But to the one I registered. I don't want to just put my email address everywhere.
Sorry, the email goes to where?
Clack it will go because that's where I put.
The person that's registered for the course.
Yeah. No.
To mark.guerra@clackclack.com.
Okay, and what does Cocoa Black back office receive when that?
But we're gonna have a look at that in a minute.
Here we go. I've got it in front of me. So
Do you want to send us a copy so we can have a quick look in here? Or forward it?
it's just I'm the admin for the site, so I've got it. So I'll just forward it to you, Mark, so you can put it on the screen.
Yeah. Okay, I'm starting to receive everything now. Okay, so that's the order in here. You recently order on chocolate and pastry school has been complete. Your order detail, quantity, credit card. So that would be the production. That would be the title of the class plus the date in production in the product in here, and then the rest would be the payments with the gift card there. You will receive a ticket.
John, I'm not seeing anything on this end.
I think your screen's froze, Mark.
Oh, sorry. I'm gonna sugar. Let me just see that. Why this froze? Let me just go back into. Why will it froze? Where I am?
Okay, your screen's working now.
Okay, is it working now?
Yep.
Okay, so sorry.
Yeah. If you
So
just
that's the email I received in here. Your order is complete. Hi there, your order on chocolate and pastry school has been completed. Show below for a reference. So order number.
So that goes to the customer.
So that will go to the person who actually bought the whole thing. See, billing address, Amelie. And then the address in here. So that would be for the person who just paid out. Okay?
Okay.
And then
So what is it?
Here's the ticket. So here's the ticket for the class. So this email in here, this is the email you want to send to the people who are going to attend the class. But that's the thing. Purchase for Amelie. Yeah. So this ticket is this is the attendee we put on. So if I put another attendee detail, we should have tried that with another email address to see if he received that.
Yeah, I was going to say you should have used a different email address just to make sure.
Yeah.
And then that's the order that Cocoa Black will get. That last email there.
Or the last email here. So that's what you would get in here.
Sorry. So which one did we get? This one.
Yeah.
The 21885.
The 2185 is the Cocoa Black you will receive. You have received an order from Amelie Guerriot. The order is as follow. So class title and date as we put on the ticket. Quantity 1, 50 quid. She used the card. And then in here, you will have all the customer detail we put in here. The email address and the phone number.
Okay.
And the billing address. That's what you will receive as an email.
That's fine.
Okay. So that's what I will receive when I purchase the whole thing, which is normal, which is your order is complete, so you know you bought it. And I think this is what the person will receive when they book the class. So if you put the attendee detail in here, I'm pretty sure that's what they're gonna receive straight away when the guy paid.
Okay. So we need to, somewhere in the process, because let's say somebody wants to book their wife on a class as a Christmas present. Do they, because if they try and book that and the email gets sent off to the recipient, they're going to know what they get for Christmas a month before the date. Is that an issue? I mean, again, I don't want to create unnecessary work here. I'm just throwing out a few questions. Because at Christmas in particular, we get a lot of people buying vouchers and a lot of people, well, 10% of the classes are people booking on classes 3 months before their birthday.
So wait a minute, what's the process at the moment? Do you have anybody buying classes for other people?
Yeah, I'd say 10%.
Okay, and then so people purchase online, the order goes to you, and then how the other people who's been invited to the class know they have something they can use? Who tell them that?
It normally gets sent out by letter.
Okay.
So
And do you send that?
somebody's-
Do you send down the date of the
No. The purchaser normally requests a letter.
Because what you try to say in here is that when somebody put the attendee, if it's themselves, it doesn't matter. They know what they're gonna get. But if they book somebody else, you want what you're saying here would be nice to have a date where you can put a date for people to receive this email will go in front of us.
It might be nice to have, Mark, but I don't want to get hung up on it.
Okay, because I don't think the system will allow this at the moment. Can we go with phase one with this type of email? So whatever email the person put in, that's what they will receive.
I'd say on that email we need to remove the check-in for this event. That QR code where there's no checking in, we just turn up.
Is that something you can look at, Darren? Darren? Oh, Darren. The villager just had a power cut, so he's trying to get back on just now. Yeah, I see what you mean, David. But I don't think the system will allow us to have date to display when the message can be sent.
I'm all about just let's keep 90% of people happy.
Yeah. And then we can look down to phase two and see if there's something we can do there to improve it.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you that we look at that and say, I can put a piece of code who's gonna allow us to do something like that, but until then.
No, we've got enough to do to get this thing live. I think we just focus on as Scott says, the minimum viable product. Or is that him gone?
Yeah, he's gone, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to come back. He just had a power cut, he said.
He's had a power cut, did he say?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the process is a bit closer than we possibly thought last time we looked at it.
Yeah, completely. I think it's there, and you know what? This is what I'm looking at now. We just received those stuff in here, and this is what we were looking at last time. I mean, this is great. You've got now the order complete with all the information, and all we need to do is change the color, and maybe put a logo. But now I've got those templates. I can do that. I can change this template slightly. And then, to be honest, I'm really pleased with the ticket. The way the tickets looks, got the image into it. Make it on French pastry school, and that's got the click as well, so you can go straight to the site, and that's going to take them to the actual class the people have booked, so you can see all the information here. So that's great as well. That's driving people back to the site.
So that process, when you add an attendee to the class, do you have the option of adding a second attendee?
Well, what happened there is if you want to put another attendee, then you have to go back into the class and put a second attendee in here.
Because when you're filling in the attendee names, attendee 1, is it possible just to say, right, well, that's attendee 1, I just want to add another attendee directly now? Say you want to book for 4 people, that process has to be quite streamlined.
Well, if you want to book, if you already know you want to book for 4 people, you put 4 people here and you go 4 attendee. You can put detail of.
Okay.
It's all there, ready to go. And I guarantee you, if you put the email address for the attendee in here, then the people will receive the ticket for themselves, like the same way we receive in here with my email.
Yeah.
Because
definitely take out the short message because it's
yeah, that's fine. Darren's going to take care of that. He's already got the things to take care of that.
Okay.
Just hope you can come back on. So I think for me, in terms of the process of the school to add a class and attending and all this, I think this is pretty clear. What I'm just going to ask Darren is to try out the different type of email address to see if people receive a different, if people receive that to their own email address, which I think they will. Otherwise, the system will not allow to put any other.
Yeah, we need to make sure we know which emails are going where.
No, but what happened here is if you create an attendee, if I say in here, I want this to go to David, I want this one to go to Ruth, and I want this one to go to Darren, and I want this one to go to Mark. When you process everything, the ticket we received here, this one in here,
you see this?
One will be sent to you.
This section here, Mark, where you're adding the attendee's email.
Yeah.
Can you go back to that screen?
Yeah.
Where's the screen you had before where you're putting the names in?
Yeah, here.
I think you've frozen. So that, I think it should be full name of attendee. And then I think the second option should be email address, where you would like the ticket sent. Because let's say the person is buying for the wife.
Yeah.
For Christmas. He doesn't want to put the wife's email address in. Or perhaps not, because there might be another reason to get in contact with him.
Yeah.
No, let's leave that.
So leave as the email address. I think it's pretty clear. If you put the name of the attendee, you put his email address at the bottom. And his phone number.
Well, that's right, but it's just, if the husband is buying for the wife,
yeah,
and he puts her email address in there, then she's going to know straight away that the class has been booked. So the option I was proposing to consider was email address for class booking details or confirmation or whatever. What we need the email address just in case we need to get a hold of them. So I think just leave it as email address and phone number.
Okay.
So I think what we have is full name of attendee, email address, phone number, and just get rid of the short message.
Okay. We'll do that. I think I took note of that. Let me phone him quickly to see what's going on.
So I think I suspect Darren's that simple tonight. He's had a power cut.
Yeah, I think so. He might not be able to go back into the computer.
I think. Can you start to implement the actions then that have been identified with Darren?
Yeah. I'll look into this. Darren's got all the things needs to be done. So he's probably gonna be able to work on this section quite heavily. It's not answering. He's probably gonna.
It would be easier because rather than trying to get bogged down in the vouchers, let's just try and nail the class booking process.
Yeah. Get that sorted, review it, and then once this is done, we'll go to the next stage.
Have another review with that, and then say, right, we're signing off in the class process.
Perfect. And I think for what I've seen so far, I think if he had the question we talked about tonight, will be 99.5% there.
Sorry?
If he adds all the detail, all the changes we asked him to do there tonight, I think would be very close to a sign off on the school process.
Well, that's right, but I think if we can, it's like when we applied the content, Mark. This
Work
is our
on one
first
section at a time.
Yeah, this is our first run through it. Let's make the changes, and then regroup in a day or two and have another walk through it and say, right, are we happy with that?
Yeah, completely.
And then
you're right.
Sign that off. You're right. Next week we're going to nail the e-vouchers.
Yeah, completely. Let's do that. And I focus on him to make sure everything is done.
I'd rather just focus on one process at a time.
Completely agree. Completely agree. Yeah. Okay, I'll be in touch then.
You got a list of the actions then?
Yes, I've got everything in here.
Okay.